I am talking about the 351 chambers of hell. It's not my fault that I have not yet finished this testimony, for I have only mentioned 30 chambers of hell. The pace of this testimony is not my fault. People are still finding it difficult to adjust to these truths and they are struggling to digest these truths. Therefore I was convinced to stop at the 30 chambers of hell and to insist on the truth that people are struggling to digest, which is the first part of the testimony. Before continuing to other chambers of hell, I wanted to make sure people are assimilating these truths. All the teaching I am giving now is only in order to break down these 30 chambers of hell and make it easy for people to understand these mysteries, but I could not continue and finish all the chamber of hell just like that. I have testified about the brother that fell in hellfire because of sexual dream, that it was continual in his sleep. He entered in this marriage when he lusted after a lady in the street, that was inhabited by a marine siren. These sirens and ladies of the sea are fierce and relentless. Even though the brother evangelist tried to seek deliverance, he still fell in hell, because of sexual intercourse in the dream with the spiritual wife. And people have asked many questions about that issue of spiritual marriage and how to break free from it. Basically in this encounter in hell the Lord was trying to explain to me how to break free from the bondage of spiritual marriage. He went on to tell me, when a man want to break a marriage with a woman, when he want to repudiate and separate from a woman, he cannot just tell the woman to leave his life and the marital house, simply because there are legal disposition and procedure he has to follow. This is the same thing that happen when you want to break the bondage of spiritual marriage. When the man come and tell the wife to leave the marital home, if the woman know the laws and the right, she will go to the tribunal and file a complaint. She will tell the judge, I am repudiated from marital home illegally and my right are violated. The judge will summon the husband to attend the court to explain why he has decided to repudiate the woman and violate the right. The judge will read the law, and highlight the right of the bride and the obligation of the husband. The judge will tell the man, if you want separation with your wife, this is the disposition of the laws and the procedure you are to follow in order to obtain divorce. Your divorce must be approved here in the tribunal, and if we approved your separation then it's all right. The Lord was trying to tell me that there are procedure, that the believed must follow in the spirit world in order to obtain divorce in a spiritual marriage. The destruction of the bondage of spiritual husband and spiritual wives is only possible when the procedure is followed. There are things to do to break the bondage of spiritual marriage. The Lord highlighted the mistakes that evangelical leaders make when they are trying to break spiritual marriage without following the legal procedure. Many pastors cast out spiritual wives and spiritual husbands in deliverance prayer, and they think it is enough to chase out a spiritual partner from marital home without first applying the procedure. As a result, these dark spirits keep coming back, because they are chased out of spiritual marriage in a legal way, without following the legal procedure. Prayer is only the first stage of breaking the bondage of spiritual marriage. Even in the physical you cannot chase away your partner and break the marriage the way you want. Unless the authority approve the divorce, the partner has the right to come back to the marital home. This is the reason why spiritual partner keep coming back after being chased in prayer by men of God. These dark spirits are spiritual husband and spiritual wives because they are married to physical partner legally by following established procedure and laws. They are not called spiritual partner when they are alone because they have become spiritual partner when they become married. What do I mean by that? Let me explain. And the Lord was absolutely clear in this encounter beyond the grave when he said to me, for a wicked spirit to become a spiritual partner of terrestrial men and women, first and foremost a door must be opened. In this particular case of this evangelist, the door was opened when he lusted after a lady that was inhabited by a queen of seduction. Since the beauty of the queen of seduction caused the evangelist to lust after this lady in the street, the door was opened for the siren to marry this brother. The moment the door was opened, the queen of seduction went to the family of this brother, in order to meet the witches of his family in the unseen world of witches. Note that Lucifer worked to have a representative in every family on the earth. The queen of seduction told the ancestors and witches of his family, I have come to you because I want to marry a member of your family that lusted after me. Let's understand that no wicked spirit can reach a man or woman without first getting authorization from the witches and ancestors of his family. There is always collaboration. When a witch come to attack you, understand that he has received authorization from the witches of your family and your ancestor, for he cannot bypass your family. Any man that has been killed by witches and demon, it's because his own family has been consulted and has authorized this action. That is why when people go to consult native doctor, there are often opposition and resistance. This happen when ancestral spirit disagree with the native doctor. Unless your ancestor agree, the native doctor cannot proceed. Before a spiritual husband or wife come to your body, he will first go to consult spiritual authority of your family, where he will pay the dowry, so that you become legally his spiritual partner. Every time you cast him away in prayer of deliverance, he will go back to the witches of your family and your ancestor where he paid the dowry, in order to complain and tell them, I have paid the dowry to marry your sibling, but why is he chasing me away? I am not living with him illegally, he cannot just chase me away, and he will return to the marital home. That is why many people are dreaming that they have children and they have a family in their dreams. When the Lord showed me the case of this evangelist who lusted after a lady that was indwelled by a queen of seduction, as a result the queen of seduction went to his family to marry him. Brethren, spiritual truth are for spiritual people, because human intelligence may not get it even after prolonged explanation. Brethren, what I am saying was revealed to me by the Lord Jesus Christ himself. Brother, if you are going through deliverance prayer to be free from spiritual marriage, but if the dowry that the spiritual wife had paid for the spiritual marriage is not reimbursed, the spiritual wife will go to the witches of your family and your ancestor to make claim and revindication. Your ancestor and the witches of your family would tell her, your husband has no right to cast you out, because we have already approved this marriage and accepted your dowry. Go back to your husband and marital homes. This is why people, after going through weeks of fasting and prayer, they would say, the pastor has prayed for me but I am still molested in the dream, simply because they have failed to return the dowry paid for their marriage. Brethren, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love him, these are the things God has revealed to us by his Spirit. The Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God. This passage led me to understand when the Lord said, when the Spirit come he will tell you many things and he will reveal the future. Beloved, since the dowry was given to your ancestor and the witches of your family, there is no way to tell them to return the dowry. Therefore the Lord told me, since the conflicts of the children of Israel was resolved by priest and judges, you must find men of God. They are priest and judges. Find men who master deliverance. The Lord said, go to see my servant with a seed. They will declare your freedom from that marriage and the dowry will be reimbursed. Many people are reluctant to visit men of God for prayer for fear of falling in the hand of false prophet, but you only need a seed and prayer to the Lord to guide you. There was a woman who called us yesterday from Arabic country. She said she was disturbed by a spiritual husband who was coming every day in the night to molest her. And this man was coming in her dream to have sex with her. The unknown man was taking the face of his father. She has really suffered a lot from this oppression, and pastors have prayed for her, but the molestation continue every day in the night, until you follow this testimony where I have talked about spiritual marriage, and how to return the dowry. Then she rushed to call her pastor and to put together a seed. She told us, Brother Aston, when I explained to my pastor the revelation you gave, he accepted the revelation that you share about returning the dowry through the seed, and then I gave him the seed, and when he prayed with the seed, to my great surprise the molestation of spiritual husband has stopped for many days, and even now, I am really grateful with the work you are doing. I am grateful to the Lord who has raised you,